Representative Topper.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My question, I'm still trying to wrap my head around pension obligation bonds, and I notice you have that the reason that's a problem is it further leverages pension system, creates an incentive to improve benefits. I just need a little more detail on that, if you could.
Sure. Well, number one, I've yet to find a situation where they've worked. I mean, I can tell you where they haven't worked. I mean, Philadelphia, Erie, Scranton, Connecticut. I mean, so our country is replete with case studies. John Corzine, former governor of New Jersey, said it was the most ridiculous idea he'd ever heard of, and he was a partner at Goldman Sachs. My concern is that you say, well, we'll borrow at 3 or 4 to make 7.5%. Well, 7.5% is certainly not assured, and I tell people, would you take out another mortgage in your house now and invest that in the capital markets? And I think that question would probably give you some pause, and therefore you would not do it. But even if you can get by this interest arbitrage risk game, there's a second hurdle you have to overcome, and that's called the politics of this. Because inevitably what happens is people say, well, now we have a way to take another pension holiday. Or now we have a way to further enhance benefits that we couldn't afford to before. So you go back to the same bad habits. When our former governor, Ed Rendell, was mayor of Philadelphia, he borrowed $1.3 billion for the city of Philadelphia. And then 10 years later, they had the same unfunded liability they had 10 years prior. And some of that was benefit enhancements, poor market returns, and now he had a bond to pay off as well. So I just don't think they work. I think there are significant economic risks, but then there are the accompanying political risks.